Hello everybody and welcome to Smack the Markets Trading Room weekly market wrap for weekend in the 10th of August. Now, this week started off to be a little bit challenging. We had a few good technical setups that didn't follow through at the beginning of the week, but fortunes certainly changed as the week moved on. We had the Great British Pound decline. There was a lot of news, general media news about sort of Brexit and concerns about Brexit. The markets took a turn for the worst and sterling started to decline. That created some nice trends that enabled us to trade those markets short. Then later on in the week, we had the strength of the US dollar and the collapse of the Turkish lira. Now, whilst we weren't actually trading those markets or trading the Turkish lira, we were able to take trades on corresponding markets and take advantage of the impact of that on corresponding markets as those, again, created some nice trends. So let's take a look at some of the trades here, the main trades here that we took in the markets. The first one was on Great British Pound against the yen. This was an intraday play short. The idea of the trade was that it was the market here had broken a key structure level, and I looked for short entries to get in on this. Now, I actually managed to get a low time frame trade here. And it was the first part of the trade was a winner trade, as you can see here. So it was a bearish candle back into the moving average after the break of the level. Although I held into this looking for a much deeper run. So I was looking for a much stronger move. It didn't happen. It actually just sort of drifted sideways and moved down a little bit, but it didn't really sort of capture the move that I was expecting. And the following day, it moved back up and took out the high and stopped me out. So this trade ended up being a scratch trade. We then moved on to the dollar Sing. Now, this one was a sort of a swing trade long. This was a 4-hour time frame. I've got the 4-hour here to show the structure levels that we were looking for the trade between. So there's a breakout level here on the 4-hour time frame. We're looking for a move up to 137. Now, on the lower time frame was where we actually got the signal and the entry. So this is on the 15-minute time frame. So we had the breakout here long, stop underneath the low here. As you can see, the target level here, which was the blue line, that was just shy of the 137 area. Market didn't quite get there until it rolled over, and we took the stop out on this one too. So the third trade of the week was dollar yen. This was again of a structural break of the 111 level. So this is a big key level on dollar yen. The market, as we can see, broke the level, pulled back to it, and then we had some lovely bearish candles forming back into the moving average zone here. So we're looking for a quick trade here, 1-to-1. And you can see it sort of missed the target here by a whisker before coming back up and stopping us out. So this blue line down here was the initial target. So then we had the Great British Pound. So the Great British Pound decline here, the start of it anyway. This one was Great British Pound against the Aussie. It was a swing short trade. The market had broken a key structure level again, this 174 level, and we're looking to get position short for a longer run. Now, this one was a low time frame trade. It was a quick trade. Managed to get in here and got the blue level down here was the target. This was 2.9% return on this particular move. It wasn't, because it moved so quickly. I closed out down the bottom here because I knew that it was going to come back, and in hindsight it did come back and take the stop level out. Now, this wasn't a trade that captured the big move here in Aussie, in Great British Pound against the Aussie, because later on in the week, of course, this one sort of fell off the edge of the chart, as indeed most of the other sterling markets. So we didn't manage to capture that, although some of the traders in the room did manage to capture it as a swing play later on in the week. This one was Great British Pound against the US dollar. This was a swing play. It was a 2-hour and a 4-hour swing play as the market pulled back into the moving averages, back into a key level as well. And again, the market sort of moved quite nicely. And in fact, it's all the way down here now, of course, but the trend did continue. We then had Euro Yen. We took towards the end of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we took a few actually, swing plays here on a number of markets. So Euro Yen was one of them. This one here was a break of the 128.50 level. We'd been stalking this one for quite some time. It was a very, very key level. Looking for a break of this short. In fact, the entry here, there's a number of entries. Some traders took it as the swing entry with the stop above the high on that 4-hour chart. Various others got different entry points. This was an entry point I took on the 200 tick chart, which was a break and a retracement of the back into the level. So that's 128.50. And the market sort of continued sort of short, as we can see. So that one ended up being a swing play. If we come and have a look at another one here, which we took on Great British Pound against the Swissy, this was similar to the cable trade earlier, a pull back into the moving averages. This is a 2-hour chart, bearish candle, back into the moving average zone, just to get a straightforward moving average play as well. And of course, the markets continued down as well from there. Then we I think the last one that we had was on Euro CAD. Now, Euro CAD was a breakout trade on the sort of 15-minute chart, but this was the setup, but it was also a breakout on the 4-hour chart too. It was also part of and part way through a daily moving average play that was halfway intact. So the moving average play on the daily was halfway through, and we looked at a breakout halfway through that to get positioned. Now, this one here was it gave us the breakout here on the low time frame gave us a tight entry into it. Some people took this one, I took this one, but other people took a more conservative swing on this with a wider stop. Either way, it was a successful trade and played out nicely. For me, I got out at the 150 level, which is the blue level here. The reason being is that on the daily chart, that 150 level again was a key structure level. So, as we can see, the market continued the trend past that level, but that's the reason why I got out there. But it's still good for a good few profit points. So overall, a very successful week in the trading room, some lovely markets to trade towards the end of the week. And ultimately, depending upon which markets we got, some traders got in the region of sort of 4.5% sort of plus, even taking some of those, just marking those swing trades down to sort of a 2% to 2 targets, which of course there was multiple targets beyond that. On some of those swings, gave us a return of something like 11% for the week. So not a bad week, and especially not a bad week for August as well. So that's the trading room summary for this week. Hope it helps, and I certainly look forward to speaking to you on Monday morning with the markets to watch for next week as well. Bye for now.